Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
Right, yes, I'm coming and say, minority leader, the information here, and it has generated a lot of conversation. My menende Kotoka International Airport, according to the minority leader, and I believe that by extension in the government's position, the Edin Kotoka International Airport, no ye ifiho, na ye Accra International Airport. Of course, the reasons are many. Already, I have heard that there's a group in the Volta regional also they are against such position because they believe that for maybe the only Voltarian wasn't enough to a national edifice today Kotoka an airport. Yeah, and they there or they ye needing nifidon. Once also one task papa, and so in the coming days we are going to see some of these pockets of people who agree and people who do not agree. We are quiet and comma. Me pese be shall see through, and then we'll come and finish off with Professor Aaron Michael Quay. The predictions, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia will be in the 2020.
CJ, Ghana and renaming. I am yo the ya can't be a na Mami MP. The name he is getting for himself about some of these things now I am here.
It's honorable Afenyo marking. Okay.
Because if me were futu.
Yes.
Now you see, I have said this several times and I'll say it again. That may it never be said that the people we work so hard for, the parties we work so hard for, we sacrifice for, we beat people for, we insulted for, we did everything for, would say that they never forced us. Because in Canada, Japan, since all year in what the king. It was about things he decided to fight for the MPP about. Afenyo marking. Niyamo ye nyina in the name of the MPP. Ene na nwi wokoto aba we futuya Kennedy 600 and something against Dr. Baumia 79. They've
644.
They've forgotten all the ills he has done for the MPP most wonyana obutu. Including sitting on the floor of Yoko, slapping a policeman, all in the name of the MPP. Just because of internal elections, what do you know about it? Into such a mamboy comment I will make it is all in the name to make government look bad for MPP name to rise. Ochina or per president you better show no receipts. The 10 cents of Afenyo marking. It will include an inciting tribalistic comment like this. See the Efantuo. Ochina Mrs. Afenyo marking repair position B where MPP more. The same people will write his 10 cents and it will include some of these things. That Afenyo marking are very tribalistic. This is not the first time he's doing that. When the CJ issues came, he raised similar ethnic tribal comment, and he should be very careful. And I don't be a new the honor ye or ye be was simple. You see, really ba equal first year friend what trimu. Sisiano one you have to Nakosia village. I don't even know why, but friend Nakosia village area hono. Yeni anoma wona funa ho pa. Yeah. And equal police police command baby a training school no also,
yeah one
you know, and he took advantage of it because he is an Ewe, he has Ewe descent on the papa side Intino or the Kasano Koho, and that place then can MPP when you one. In fact, what Kwabena say MPP one or was shrimp to Abano or NPP one. But in there, it is one of his strongholds. You understand?
Yeah.
And it's because of some of these incisive speeches that he does. They are one of your own. So Otumo Maneza, he uses it for his strength.
Advantage, yeah.
Advantage.
Yeah.
You understand? And the same thing he's doing with this now. What has got to do with naming of a place and a tribe? The International Airport of Ghana. So if that is what he's saying, then other tribes should also stand up to say that we wish that the majority tribe in Ghana, it should be named after us. I don't think the whole name was the name from Accra International Airport to Kotokano. It was based on a tribal reason. I don't think so. So since when should we use a tribal reason to counter it? Why you're quiet? And then I saw a very respectable man. I mean, so I tried there was a from our foot one why and I'm like, really? If I'm in Ghana, we want to reduce certain things to tribalism. Paul Kagame, why try to close the ranks because he knows the dangers of being tribalistic. And since Rwanda, also there is no tribe, that we are just one. And that is what Nkrumah also stood for. That there shouldn't be any Asante, there shouldn't be any Aware, there shouldn't be any Fanti, there shouldn't be Dagomba, there shouldn't be this. We are all one people as Ghanaians. And when people were doing political parties based on ethnic groups and those things, he fought against it. Why are we introducing these things? And no less a person than the minority leader of parliament. Introducing such a reckless analysis. Me feel there, Obotum will incite a particular group against the others. Masteren, Osaim. The me onfa into Dumba. You could have a superior argument to make against it. But the only reason you have is Oye Ewe and was there. I mean, come back again. Now the import of it, why they change? I think government itself also owes the people of Ghana an explanation. Something that will make sure that it is collective enough. And it's not just because government decides that I want to do this and is doing it. I think that sometimes it might be for a good cause, but get everybody on board. So that on board draw back, because there some people still do not understand governance. What they are in there, anything government will do, we will find a way to make government look bad. It's saying there should be better consultation around these things. Na Omama Intasiaba there because government impedance and they decided not to give it a new name. One kind of require come in Nkrumah International Airport. One kind of war in the CJ International Airport. And Atudazi or Joa Shaman Airport. They don't want any problem. Until the year the first thing they did when they won power in 2017 was to change Flagstaff House to Jubilee House. We saw University City. Only one that was see. Now, so they decided to rename all of them after party faithfuls. After political party faithfuls, in terms of the NPP party faithfuls. We saw it. Inka Sadamna ya kwanza. Senka inka NDC wobutu wakana wade airport and wadotu Rollins. Tamna 3 wanna see. Intinga wants one name Tamna 3 after Rollins. And after somebody else. Me, I don't even want to discuss whether Kotoka is a coup maker or all those things. I'm not interested in those things. Because the more you even talk about it, it looks like it gets into a very, very different kind of argument. I remember saying there, Obi be said there, no here na no one for so na no the Cobra brain na the CJ a Cobra. A corner there interrogates. What is involved? Because I mean it's you say oh how? If we change the name now, it doesn't take retrospective effect.
No, but for instance, I was listening to an argument. You know, some of the things that needs to change, the logo, the branding. I mean, a lot of things which, according to the analysis that I was listening to, runs into some $850,000 US, which is going to be a cost to the state. Such argument, I don't know how you take it.
I don't know the person's analysis and how he came about the amount.
The figure, yes.
But branding is very important. If you mention Kotoka, I need to find out where. If me go outside Ghana and I make Kotoka, I need to find where I'm going. Which country is Kotoka? Which country is Kotoka? You see, which country is Kotoka? I need to find out. Because you see, most of the times airports are either named by figures they are associated with certain countries. Ibwa today Bokwame Nkrumah is associated with Ghana. I don't need to go and search which country is Nkrumah. You understand? Or the capital city or certain
you mentioned
cities.
JFK.
You understand?
Yeah.
You don't need to.
Or you go to Zambia and you mentioned Kenneth Kaunda International Airport.
You don't need to. Jomo Kenyatta Airport. You don't need to explain. But Ghana go to the Kotoka. It's very difficult for somebody to just say Kotoka or Yayim for Ghana. It doesn't connect anywhere to Ghana. You understand? So there are other airports. No, it is connected to the cities in there. So Kigali International Airport. When you mention Kigali, Obi Onyim cities, capital cities, you know Rwanda, South America. You understand? Dar es Salaam. I mean, so these things are there. But
Murtala Mohammed International Airport.
So for me, I am saying there, when you say Accra, at least Obi Onyim capital cities, Nadina, you know, you are referring to Ghana. I don't need to go and search more. And then of course, they catch them coffee. CJ, call any of the airlines websites, they book tickets. Naturally, there you need to type Kotoka. All you type is Accra. Here Accra London on your Kotoka land Heathrow. You understand?
Yes.
And because Ghana, we have only one international airport as we speak. The international airports are IATA platform. It is Accra. So even if you type Ghana, it will just give you Accra or other airports like Nigeria Airport, Togo Airport. Kumasi will not come up. So in Ghana, the only international that comes on IATA forwarding, it is Accra. Kotoka doesn't even show up. So in terms of branding, I'm not too sure what, apart from the airport itself, some of their things that are the airport, you know, they need to change. And Honorabl, I don't think it's a lot of it, but still they will need to change it anyway. And I'm sure they once in a while, some of these branding, they refresh them anyway. So they can look at it and it can be part of the normal maintenance that they do or refreshing they do. Yes, it will come at a cost, but also add to a certain brand that probably we also need to look at. Certain times we should be I mean, we feel that when people are doing name changing and all those things, it shouldn't be just because somebody decides, but it should be collective. Into my minister are buying there. It shouldn't be just an announcement and we go on to do it. We should make sure that people are brought along the line, and there should be room for engagement. A new government comes and says, I'm going to revert to Kotoka and I'm going to do this. Today makes me Flagstaff House, Jubilee House, Flagstaff House. I mean, it will not be the best. I'm amazing there. Make sure that everybody is on board. At least majority of the people are on board, and then we can go on. But I support that with the stories that we've heard over the years. It's a good call. Accra International Airport on finance and Fanko. Let it come back as Accra International Airport.
All right. But I say, citizen Ato Dazi and Yete Nenkano Benji Estate and Investment Limited Airton Sase Ewo Chopoli New Airport City. In Sase Awaye Hunkrata Nina or Ye Hunkrata 7 Nina de amount free Wama Anya 1 trip now they are show Jumase Chopoli New Airport City 25,000. Shai Usudoku Akosombo Kwanso 40,000 Ghana cedis. Afenya and Sase Bank Tor Estate 75,000 Ghana cedis. And Afi Ultra Central University Nafi B5 and Temuha and Sasini B Ewoho Ehono 70,000 Ghana cedis. It's Sasini na trying 70 by 100. Yeah, kwaya tum kanya ninsu Ewoso ededa. Sinabidi kankaino yeah mao and 1 trip. Na wodi ahye wadwuma no ase ya ho krata asem nyina de amount free and use kabia enye nsase nko a na ye ton isi adan enso so ye bata trade land survey and a land title registration open building materials papa so a and also so Benji Estate and Investment Limited and ubenya bie hwehwe Benji Estate Achikwan Waterma Community 5 Junction one Goodness Filling Station no need hwehwe ni mu and also fresh 0248 780 887 and 0553 116602 social media Benji Estate ubehunu wamo ewo ho and also so betimi check one website www.benjiestate.com. Benji Estate, follow your vision and own a property today. Right. On the second issue, no, me pese be share free about primary MPP for no memenda etwemu na fi yede aba asemo former speaker of parliament, former member of parliament for Kwabena, Honorable Professor Aaron Michael Kwe and they are to just say anya hwe kura no ono de wonim say 2028 abatoɔ no Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia obedi nkunim yen sha se free abatoɔ no a ne course so ato me sha se few on this one if follow abato memenda the process mo kodo nyina na fe yemfa nkomo no mewi asema former speaker of parliament order to go.
Former Speaker of Parliament, Professor Michael Kwe.
Yeah.
Dot no more washing Bafala, it would Kwabena. A stronghold of the MPP.
And to Messi and Fam one fee, no, name Fambra.
I see. Hey, some more. You see, I think, there, President Mahama, Obama will rename MPP. CJ. President Mahama, I don't share more Obama will rename MPP. Research no don't MPP. When renaming, go when him airport we are. No, we rename MPP. Probably on that score they might win. But if the name still remains and Mawalukwe still remains the same, Professor Michael Kwe has some more kind as much ado about nothing. Why changing kwa? What's the Kennedy Japan's over my showdown? Now what 10 1 more boom showdown? My sister work a demon to Mikashi. Fala. I mean, only any excuse of anything of any sort. See, some of us knew that the election is going to go the way it went. One and only him there, Dr. Babia Kennedy Bedisiken, Brian the third, Educhume the fourth, now Kwabena Ari. One and only him. Except some few people who wanted to do mischief.
So it doesn't come to you as a surprise?
No.
Okay.
I mean, everybody knew. No, I said everybody knew that means you say. Unless you have not followed the MPP, a conservative party, who likes to do things the same way. They are so predictable. Everybody knew this was going to happen. In fact, the only thing that has been different in the MPP so far has been giving the opportunity to Dr. Bawumia in 2023 to lead them. Aside that, almost every script has been the same. But interestingly, no, they comported themselves on the D-Day. Personally, I think the day before and the morning before, I said that I'm very sure this election is going to go smoothly, right? And it happened. Kudos to them. After the election, there are so many interesting comments, but I'm the makers and we can be credit. People should be careful what they do for the party. I mean, less than I may share for MPP or contest. Then you may be and the just in the name of my party. Me ye, no China and Shen ye, only na will be used against me. Mara. Inti Morocco, ye you be Murugo binu fi because of my party. I should be careful. So people like Abronye and Kuka should be advising themselves. The Kwabena Dr. Bawumia at the end of the day, if Dr. Bawumia becomes president and decides to nominate any of them as ministers, the same party people will say, no, this person does not deserve because in some Awakan, it does. So the attack dogs that we train, we should be careful because tomorrow they will come back to bite us. We should be careful about it. I mean, what Prime Minister, I mean, we nature someone. I mean, is the Baya war but one mania is the Ben said we to tune to feel with Bano, with the 1 year series ban. Next is a most about what the base Ben. I'm wondering how people will buy that food. Is the ban will granny feel trim? I will see how you go and pick the madman to come and I will say campaign for you. I will see how the madman will come and say that the liar is now the most honest and truthful person. I will see how Uncle Mokade Papa only integrity into even MPs beat him falla on zero at certain places, including his own vice presidential candidate. Catch on there. On what's going to man fast anti vote number. No, not a candidate or do nothing vote by now. We will see how that will happen. But the last person who would want to be saying things to us is Professor Michael Kwe. And I'm saying, that Professor Michael Kwe, Domi Kwabena, a stronghold of the MPP. What back on contest for her? What's no wash? My well beaten a falla. Domi Kwabena cry most stronghold cry when to contain. In a Ghana, ya, since you are moved from Potoi. Based on what? Anyway, maybe you Honorabl to be on him than in but I can tell him there. Oh no, it is not going to be possible. Sure. This year, one of the key things I continue to do in the other minority political parties. This is the only time we can also be very strong and formidable because the main opposition party, we need credibility. When you are working exchange rate at some pet, now why are flat? Obi catch on na momo do no ya hi. For fair one na some na die. When you are working fuel prices once and pet, they are fair one na some na die. Corruption one more na some na die. Bibi o mama do bia some na die because they don't have the integrity and credibility. So if we want any opposition party, it is we, the other minority political parties, who have the integrity to be able to talk about the issues that are happening now. Shall we rename me and Semi Obey? The MPP have the temerity to come and talk about renaming. I want to know why you're renaming in this country more than the MPP. So it makes it difficult for them to hold government accountable. So if we want people who are credible enough to hold government accountable, it is some of us. So I am only calling on my other sister political parties there. This is the time our united together. Me, I believe in support to grow than let me punch hole for somebody to fail for me to come there. Me, that is never my approach, and it will never be my approach. My only approach was that I will present a superior alternative Me feel this. I remember Kwana America. So why ya obebo momana kunim faster than the way you are doing it. But I won't wish that you feel so that I will be there. No. Damana ya man ya mark time. Inti ayalolo. Obi abaye. Okunyima when the credit ba mobi. Inti me be no ma aba hot no. Me shada mu twane nti. Manyaman say. No one can have been on your sheet. Cocoa Roads 2016. Cocoa Roads are no good at 1 year. A bay also say, also no. Me the mesa to do, Yakoya investigation area. You read the moon roads in a septum. You read a circle but coffee free, a couple of some for. We are going to start the whole process again. Forgetting that you cannot yet the chance, no interest what do you tria or your cow or your loan. This is what we've been doing to ourselves as Ghanaians. Only baby in a University of Ghana Medical Center, people were going on demonstration to push the government to open it. And I was sure I was first 2 1 or year them no. Can you tell market? The same thing was happening. It's a moment benu that also one of them we near Bomubo Drew, like General Hospital. Trade fair. Those who are the Drew. The best for us to do is to rename the party MPP. If we are able to rename the party, then what Professor Michael Kwe is saying probably could be possible. But I say if the name will remain, the leader will remain, and what they are continuing, if been a chairman, I want to miss for national chairman. If I you know, after Nanado, the people who lined up to contest. Sometimes the people who line up to contest shows how you brought the party down. You understand? Because if a bring bar upper, obiare about oh no, I did challenge. Maybe I didn't want to do. So let me check more once. Man, be no national Nanado. Or yeah, boss across a few there. Or man, be also baby. That's what we do to ourselves. This is how we do to ourselves. So I think there as a country, you know, we when you may be me feel there, but they say at the general now the academicians are failing us. Sometimes the arguments of doctors, professors is becoming so infantile. I am Juma Mentasi. They're based on what? Based on really what? Now, Professor Michael Kwabena the misery. But anyway, I want to make an ABA in our interest. Into they might find their own way of dealing with it.
Okay. But they had a few minutes.
I think we need to probably interrogate these things more. Let's get more researchers on the ground. Now won't be some call for more what is really happening. Oh, you wonder Obito watching economy is a nebantina and money price abafum. Moko, Jenny, tomatoes, na didn't babafum. Now watching still. It looks like Orokosor na zena. More in the war rent Okosor. You know, and I asked myself.
So now it is rent. Now it is no more the dollar. Yes, it is no more fuel. It is no more inflation.
Yeah, there's always an excuse. But I think we need to look at these things more. And based on what should also rent go up. Then you see that though, cement before. Why should the rent also go up? You know, so I think we need more of these analysis to understand the dynamics. I first, I mean, I've been people who believe in saboteurs, then configure open or sabotage government. But I also think that, are we saying that, said one more to watching our NDC? Or we don't have NDC people who say watching? And if there is, what are they also doing? Or they've also joined the situation so that they can make more money and other. So I think we need a better understanding of the market. You know, now then the free market system now, we don't seem to have an alternative or a problem. I always say that in countries where free market system are working, there is a government alternative able to stabilize the system. You know, and the NDC government should also look at deliberately supporting their own to be able to inject certain things into the market. If so, be better in a certain direction. Be sure there. If ko baby na say watching na no Bible from na obi nkotene do wasora. Ejo obaka sampokono. Pokono will now have no choice. You understand? So you need to sometimes baby around there. That's where you need to invest in. Look at transport operators. They be able to try. If for China, private owners of transport decide they won't quit Juma, what we are going to be stuck. What is the alternative? There's no alternative. But does people have interest? They want to go into that sector now, so that I have people that I can easily talk to and mobilize. To make sure that say if even these shocks bar we will support then that can be entertained. But until we do that, we need to be very careful, and that is why some people sometimes hold governments there. They are able to say no and are bending to me. Rice importers. I've heard this debate over and over. The only baby no man paying per your homegrown rice policy. But then the rice importer said, "Hey, your campaign, amo. Your most gonna do your campaign. Now, if you do this, you are going to affect our business." And they were not able to do it. You understand? So sometimes it looks like there are certain cartels they want things to go the way that they want, and they are able to shape the system. Inti abembiana opedonya grounded onya. Or determine some of these things and should also play the politics of those markets. Now we're to my engineer system, right? I mean, we will be running this system, and I believe that we should have very good researchers who go on the ground to do this, and this should not be NDC and MPP, because if MPP might think that they will use saboteurs against this government, or China, those same people will expose you and will also near you small.
All right.
PENDREAM TV. Now, so far so good. Say open online portal e Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.